This is episode 9 of The Art of Agency, a launchpad for realtors. I'm Jonathan Green with my co-host,
Mallory Pasder.
And our guest, Kenyon Hunter. Kenyon is a thought leader, entrepreneur, coach, motivational speaker. He's the CEO of Evolution Ave Group, which is brokered by eXp Realty. That includes the EAG real estate team and Evolution Ave, which is his coaching and speaking platform. Kenyon, welcome to the show. It's amazing to have you.
Jonathan, Mallory, thank you for having me. It's an honor to be on, and looking forward to some great conversation with both of you.
Yeah, we're excited to get right into it. One of your major strengths, which are many as a real estate agent, is built on networking and social media. So before real estate, were you big into social media and networking, or is this something that you really kind of upgraded when you got into real estate?
Yeah, I was. I think that my following on social media started before I became a real estate agent. I was in the tech world. I think Mallory probably knows that from some conversations we had when we first met. Worked at IBM, Microsoft, and some other large tech companies. Still dibble and dabble in the tech startup space. Like right now, I'm dabbling in the AI space right now. I think that's going to be big, as
everybody
you all
is.
know. I mean, if you're not using ChatGPT to write your listing descriptions, you're missing out because it's pretty smart. But yeah, I was a big sneakerhead into the fashion world. So, and because of that, I built a social media following. So it was really easy and natural for me when I came to real estate to use networking and social media to build a real estate following and to build a cult of buyers and sellers and investors that potentially wanted to work with someone like me who was savvy when it came to social media and marketing.
And you do something that I think a lot of realtors miss the mark on, where like you're not just posting about real estate, like you're posting about your kids and you're posting your Saturday morning coffee and you're doing all that. So do you find that other realtors, that's kind of where they're lacking? It's just real estate rather than being themselves?
Absolutely. I think that, authenticity. So something I love, somebody asked me this morning, literally, they said, what would you do for free? And I said, well, I like to speak. So you might see on my social media, I speak at schools, speak to sales teams and things like that. But specifically like for schools, especially inner city schools, because I grew up in the inner city of Trenton, New Jersey, I would speak for free. And one of the things I learned from speaking, I remember I was going to like a speaking course, Toastmasters or one of those things. And the person kept correcting me, right? And I said, why do you keep correcting me? This is my speech. Like I'm the one speaking to the audience. And she said, well, you're not saying it this way. You have to structure it this way. And I said, well, if I talk like that, then what's so authentic about that? And why would someone connect with me? I think social media is the same way. I think right now, social media and networking is a very crowded room right now. So me personally, I'm always looking to get out of the crowded room and where's the next level of people? Where are they right now? Right. So I think that look at some of your largest real estate producers. They're not posting the same reels pointing at imaginary words in the sky every day. They're not doing that, right? They're posting very, what I would say, deliberate information, right? Branding information. They're branding themselves. I think if you're doing everything that everybody else is doing, you're not really branding yourself. You're just putting yourself in a pretty crowded space. So I think authenticity is what helps people relate to you, right? I always tell new agents, they're like, well, how do you get started on social media? I said, well, it's really easy. What are you into, right? Do you have dogs, right? Every dog lovers are a big community, right? This one guy I knew, he was in a bike club. And I said, well, listen, you should become the realtor for every single member of your bike club. Or let's say you're from this area, you went to Penn State, right? The biggest alumni association in the country, damn near. Then you should be, at those Penn State football games and posting on your social media at the tailgates, rah, with your navy and white on. So I think that's what people are lacking right now. And Mallory, you were successful with it. It's something that I always do. It's just giving people a piece of your life and then, sprinkling your real estate in there, obviously to let people know that, you are a real estate agent. But I think that's ultimately how you build your brand.
I was just going to say too, like you're so good. My question was kind of based off that. Like you're really good at Instagram and, I know we're friends on Facebook too. Do you find that most of your, I guess, effort is put into Instagram specifically as far as the social media outlet?
Yeah. I like Instagram better. Instagram is where I get more people I don't know reaching out to me, where Facebook is more, you probably know everybody on Facebook. And let's be honest, 50% of our Facebook friends are probably other realtors or lenders, right? Or title people. Yeah. So Facebook is where I take that content for people I know, right? That's where, friends, family, business associates, hey, just letting you guys know that I'm still out here doing real estate, or here's a little bit of piece of, life for you. But Instagram is where it's more, it's graphic, right? For the most part. So, cause I don't know, I don't read a lot of captions. I just scroll and something physically catches me and then I'll read the caption. So, just like Instagram, it's like a quicker hit, and it's, I think people are using it more. I mean, cause people get tired of Facebook. Facebook can get very, convoluted.
I don't even use it anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally just use it because I kind of have to post stuff there. But I agree with you. I feel like Instagram also suits the three of our personalities. Authentic people do well on Instagram because it's just like, I don't want to look at pictures of food, but I do want to look at like you were saying, you're a sneakerhead. I am too. Like if someone posts stuff about sneakers, I'm going to look and like I'm going to read about it. Of course, I'll get 50 ads from every company, but like that's just part of it. But I wonder if you think this, like, I feel like we're going to talk about like networking, marketing, and social media together. But I feel like when you're authentic and you're doing like just outbound posting, that's actually a form of marketing networking, because it's allowing other people to kind of get this opinion so that when you do meet them, like you said, you're way advanced. And in real estate, we're always like, we were taught like when we were all like baby agents, like, oh, you have to do all these steps to get there. But social media bridges all those steps. So they come in at like step 6 instead of step 1. They're ready to go. Like you said, they're like, hey, you're a dog lover. Can you get me $1 million house? And you're like, yes, I can. Let's take this offline. Yeah, and I would say, because you guys are both extroverts and I'm like a very hard introvert, but I'm good at real estate because I like relationships. I just build them differently. And I think the thing that helped me and that may help listeners as real estate agents is I do all of my research. So if something comes out in the field, I know the answer. So I'm like, even though I'm an introvert, I'm fine. Like I do the same thing. If someone's talking about something, I'll just talk to them. And I'm never leading with real estate, like both of you said. If it comes up, I'm happy to do that. But like Kenyon said before, I'd much rather have somebody say, hey, what do you do? And then say, oh, I'm in real estate, and then go through it, because I'm just being a regular person. What we were always taught at the brokerage that will remain unnamed is like, say every time you get off the phone, say, hey, if you have anyone who's looking to buy, sell, or invest, or like you're always doing a call to action. And it's like, wait, nobody likes that. That's pushy. Yeah. Have you seen that, over your career too, Kenyon?
You see it a lot. I always tell people, look, people don't want to be sold. They want to be helped. I also think that, real estate is one of those things where if somebody's interested in buying, selling, investing, or leasing, they're going to tell you, right? You can't make them just want to all of a sudden say, you know what? Yeah, I'm just going to come fork up 50 grand and buy a house because you just talked me into it, right? It just normally doesn't work like that. So something that Mallory said earlier, where, I'm an extrovert. So in the beginning, I used to spend a lot of time at local coffee shops, right? So I used to spend a lot of time at Jersey Java in Haddonfield, Small World in Princeton. I had like these strategic coffee shops that I would sit at, right? Because I knew that there were, the type of environments they were at. They were people that would see me a lot, and most likely they're going to come up to me and say, hey, I see you in here all the time. What do you do? And I was like, well, first, what are you drinking? Let me get you whatever you're drinking. I'll get you another cup, and I'll bring it back, and we can talk. And most of the time, I wouldn't even get into what I do. I would say, well, what do you do? Are you from around here? What's the deal? Oh, I just moved from Philly. We came over. We were tired of the city. We probably, I don't know, we might buy around here in the next year or so. Oh, that's crazy. I'm a real estate agent, right? So if you ever have any questions, feel free to ask. Simple things like that, I think, are the key, right? Yeah. And, back to kind of what you said, it goes back to that authenticity thing. Like the more authentic you are, and then the more, like you said, you do research, Jonathan, the more I know about a neighborhood in the area, and I can share little things like, oh, well, you just said you had a kid. Have you been to Knights Park yet? It's a great park. It's
exactly
3.8 miles around. If you want to, take your kid out in the stroller, it's great exercise for you. Like just knowing things like that are always cool, and being able to tell them like, hey, Tuesday night is food truck night, right? People love stuff like that. And guess what? You become that person that they trust for the area too.